Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is part 2 of rating Hazbin Hotel ships. In case you guys haven't seen part 1, these are all the ships we rated in part 1, and we've got a whole lot more to go, which means that there'll probably be a part 3, if not a part 4, including these weird triangle ships, if I remember correctly. Last video I said I don't really understand them. I kind of do now a little bit more. Did some research. A lot of them kind of concern me. But those were all last though, I think. One thing I noticed after making the first part of this video is that these ships are sorted by character. In the last part, again, in case you haven't seen it, we rated all of the ships that happen to have Charlie in them first, and a few with Vaggie before calling it good for part 1. We're leaving off with all the Vaggie ships, and then looks like after that, after all of Vaggie will be Alistair ships. Ships with Alistair I'm very concerned for, considering that a lot of them are usually weird. I mean, there's a few that I like, but that's very few, and we'll get there. We'll see when we get there. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, we've got one thing I also noticed, this has 137 images, which means there are a total of 137 ships. Why do I do this to myself? I'm now realizing that I have to rate a total of 137 ships. And I rate it 15, I'm gonna guess. So yeah, there's definitely gonna be at least 3 parts to this, because it's a lot. One more thing I want to tell you guys that I forgot to say in part 1. This is solely based off of my opinion. So if you guys don't agree with any of the ships that I rate here, please don't attack me in the comments. Opinions matter, they're a thing. But of course, I would also love to see what you guys think about some of these ships. I would love to hear your opinions and what you think about some of these. Let me know in the comments what you think about them. I would love to know your opinions. Just don't criticize me for my opinions, okay? Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. I will say a lot of these ships I don't see a lot of. Sure, there's some popular ones that are well known, and then these are just and then the others okay, we're just gonna do this because I think about every single one of a main character is shipped with about every character. I'm pretty sure this is about every ship in the existence in every ship in the existence of the Hazbin Hotel fandom. But so yeah, Vaggie and Husk. Vaggie is lesbian, so she canonically she wouldn't have interest in Husk because she's lesbian, she's into girls and all that. So we're gonna put it in I see it but, and we're gonna put it in right there in front of Vaggie X Nifty, but behind Vaggie X Angel, which I still think is kind of funny to this day. I shouldn't really say that. It was only 6 days ago when I made it is still funny to me, the Vaggie X Angel ship. I kind of explained that in the first part. If you guys haven't seen the first part, go ahead and check it out. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty good one, I think. Next, we have what appears to be Vaggie X Vox. Now, the thing with a lot of these ships is that the characters have had no interactions. So, I struggle to see why people would ship characters that have little to no interactions. So, I'm going to put this in no thoughts just right there, just because I don't understand why, and I am going to leave it at the very end just because I feel like it is not as good as all these, because I'm trying to rate this as much as I can from best to worst, quite literally. So yeah, Alright, this is Vaggie x Valentino. And just like I did with Valentino x Charlie, this is going in why does this exist? Because, again, well, maybe. I'll keep it in why does it exist, but I'm going to put it at like the very front of why does it exist. If you haven't guessed already, I don't really like Valentino, considering the ships that we have established that have him in it are both in why does this exist. So, yes, like the majority of people in the fandom, I don't really like Valentino at all. He is a terrible person. There is one ship where I'll put it up higher with him, but that's like gonna be like the only one. So I'm not gonna say which one that is. I'm gonna wait till we get to that ship, whenever that's gonna be. Okay. Next we have Velvet X. What's her name? Vaggie, right. God. Velvet X Vaggie, again, they've had no interaction, but I honestly feel like, it wouldn't be entirely, like, bad, you know? Like, I feel like they would kind of get along in a way, considering they're both badasses. Like, Velvet is, like, my favorite out of all the Vs. Vaggie, I mean, I like her, but she's not my favorite character, but I do kind of like her in a way. I don't know. But Velvet is my favorite out of all the Vs, and I feel like it wouldn't be so bad if they were, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna put it in, I see it, but I'm gonna put it right there. I think that's a good spot for it. Now, next is Vaggie x Lucifer, which, very interesting to say the least. You know, it makes sense considering they're both fallen angels, so it makes sense, but like, oh wow, now that I'm really thinking about it, it seems kind of messed up, honestly. It's definitely kind of, I feel like this kind of brings in the factor of, like, age is just a number kind of thing. Oh, wow. The more I'm thinking about it, the more messed up it seems. I'm gonna put in I don't like it. Right there. I feel like that's a good place for it. Yeah, it just, like, a few seconds of thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that's not bad. And then I think about it more, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of, I don't like that, because it seems kind of messed up. I'm not going to go into detail why it seems messed up, besides the fact that it kind of is giving, like, age is just a number vibes, or maybe it's just me, I don't know. But again, this is based off of my opinion, so please don't criticize me for it. But next we have Adam x Vaggie, which I'm just going to immediately put right there. Just immediately, because, like, it's another, like, I feel like it would be another, like, enemy to lover thing, but, like, I don't see it at all. Like, no, like, I don't see it at all, you know? Like, Adam's a complete pervert, and Vaggie is, like, she's lesbian, so, like, I don't know, yeah. Alright, Vaggie x Loot. So, yeah, I'm actually gonna put it in pretty good. The reason why is because I actually feel like they could have been a thing before Vaggie fell. And then, like, when Vaggie helped out, I personally slightly headcanon that they could be exes. One of my theories that I could possibly have, I don't really believe in it too much, but I feel like it could be a possibility, is that Vaggie and Loot are exes. Like, they used to date, and then, like, of course, with Vaggie's backstory, it's like, it's like, they could, like, you know, like, with her sparing a hell-born child by the looks of it. At least I think that's hellborn. Or that, or it was just, like, a really bad, like, sinner, but, like, a kid, you know? She spared a kid, and, like, Luke obviously didn't like that. Thus, they broke up very badly, you know, like, I don't want to risk rolling any clips just due to, like, copyright and that sort of thing, but, like, I slightly headcanon that they're exes, which is why I'm putting it in pretty good. So, yeah. Alright, next, I cannot tell what that is. What is that? Is that Mimsy? That looks like Mimsy. I think that's Vaggie X Mimsy. I'm gonna put in no thoughts, because I don't know what to say about this. I don't know what to say. Like, I got nothing for this. So it's gonna go in no thoughts. Vaggie X Carmilla. They have had one interaction in episode 7 where Carmilla's training her and she ends up getting her wings back, and I actually really like that. They seem to have, like, a little connection, like, because they both had a little duet in episode 3 with Whatever It Takes without knowing it. They unknowingly duetted in Whatever It Takes. And, of course, Carmilla mentored and trained Vaggie for... What's wrong with my mouse? Carmilla mentored and trained Vaggie for the finale of episode 8. So it was a pretty pleasant, experience that they had together. So I'm gonna put this in pretty good, because I can see it, and, like, I feel like, they get along pretty well and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on with my mouse, but, Alright. Vaggie X Cherry. Oof. I'm gonna put this in no thoughts, but I'm gonna put it right there. I think that's a good spot for it. Again, I don't really have many thoughts for this. It's just giving me, like, brain fog and stuff. I said this for other ships in part 1. It's just giving me brain fog, and it's like, I don't really know what to say about it. Next, we have Vaggie X Serpentious. I'm gonna put it in, I don't like it, but, like, I'm gonna put it right there. I feel like that's a good spot for it. They don't really seem to get along very well. I feel like Serpentious really, like, kind of annoys Vaggie a lot. He doesn't mean to, of course, but, like, I feel like Vaggie just finds it hard to tolerate him. And just, again, and, like, once again, Vaggie's lesbian. So, like, any male ship with Vaggie just would not work out simply because of her sexuality. Next, we have Rosie X Vaggie, which, again, no interaction in the show, which I don't know why people would ship it, just because just confuses me, like, I just don't see how they would, I don't see it, like, I don't know. Vaggie X Emily. This would probably be another, like, enemy to lover things. They haven't had too much interaction, but they have met before. And Vaggie definitely got jealous with Charlie when Emily was holding her hands. Like, if you, like, look back at the face that she makes, like, my God, it's hilarious. I'm gonna put it in I See It But, and I'm gonna put it, like, right there, just because I feel like they were, I don't know, but I just feel like that's a good place for it, just because of, like, it would honestly surprise me if they were, like, it's not very expected of them to be in a relationship, because, like I said in part 1, when I rated this one, that Emily is basically the heaven version of Charlie, so, like, I feel like the relationship would be pretty similar to how Vaggie and Charlie are, but, like, like, I don't know. Next, we have Vaggie X Sarah, which I'm gonna put in no thoughts, because, again, they probably know each other, but, like, we haven't seen any verbal interactions with them, so, like, we don't know how they are, or, like, what their status, like, how they feel about each other, none of that. So I'm just going to put in no thoughts, because I don't know how they, I just don't know. Alright. Vaggie X Angel Dust. Not Angel Dust, Jesus. Katie Killjoy. Vaggie X Katie Killjoy. I do like the picture where she's like punching her. Like, it has nothing to do with like a romantic aspect. I'm gonna put it in I don't like at the very end of I don't like it, just cause like I feel like with how Katie Killjoy treated Charlie in the pilot episode, Vaggie wouldn't really like that. So like, yeah. I do like the picture though, it's pretty funny. Alright. We're getting into all the ships with Alistair that we haven't already covered, so let's just get this over with. I'm scared for this just cause like, yeah, I'm scared for this, but here we go. Starting off strong with Radio Dust. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Radio Dust, I have mixed feelings about. Like, I know, like, it is a more, like, it's not extremely popular, but it is more, like, it is more, like, it isn't extremely popular, but it is more known than others. Personally, I feel like it just wouldn't work out, you know, like, because I feel like they're, like, complete opposites, considering how, sexual Angel Dust can be, and with Alistair being asexual, if not aromantic, I just don't know how it would work out. So I'm gonna put it in I see it, but I'm gonna put it like more like right there, just cause. And personally, I'm gonna say like I don't exactly like it. Like, it's not a ship that I would really support. However, I feel like it's tolerable. And like, I'm looking at this picture, and like, I'm like not hating it, you know, but it's like not something I can completely agree with. But like, you know, I have mixed feelings about it. So I'm gonna put it in I see it, but, and yeah, so there's that. Next we have Alistair X Nifty. As a father-daughter, absolutely. As a father-daughter gig, I headcanon it. Like, if it was if it was referring to like a father-daughter, I would put it in I will die for this. But romantic, I'm not entirely sure. But judging by the picture, it seems like a father-daughter thing. So I'm going to put it in I love this behind Shaggy, because I'm just going to say that it's referring to it as a father-daughter and not romantic, but I can't be sure, which is why I'm only putting it in I love this and not I will die for this. So yeah, I'm just assuming that it's for a father-daughter thing, because I will die for a father-daughter relationship with Alistair and Nifty. I already had Canada and stuff, so like, yeah. So I'm gonna put it up there, hoping that it's father-daughter thing. Okay. Alistair X Husk. This one, I'm gonna put it at the very end of I see it, but like I can see a reason on why people would. But for one, Husk absolutely hates Alistair for the fact that Alistair owns his soul. So like, I don't think it would like really work out, you know? Like, you know, like, because just Husk just is not that happy with his deal with Alistair and stuff. So like, that's all I have to say about that. So I see it, but okay. We're gonna do, ooh, wow, it sucks. Alright. We're gonna do a few more, and then we'll call it good, and then we'll see about a part 3. Okay. So, Radio Static, aka Alistair X Vox. This one I have mixed feelings about again. Now, when it comes to regular, like, Radio Static, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, with Radio Static, I don't really like it. I don't like Radio Static. Oh, wow, like, I see it and I just don't hate it. I feel like they're just better off staying as enemies, you know? Like, oh, wow, like, Radio Static, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. However, I will say this. Even though I don't like radio static, I do love radio silence. The difference between radio static and radio silence is that radio silence is one-sided, radio static. Basically, radio silence is that Vox has an interest in Alistair. However, Alistair does not have that same interest for Vox. So, I love radio silence. Like, I personally headcanon it. I think it's a thing. I feel like it's a thing in the actual show. I'm crazy over radio silence. But radio static, it's like, no, I just feel like I just think they would stay as enemies. Radio silence, however, I'm like head over heels for. I absolutely love it. But judging by the picture, this is obviously radio static. And the very like, yeah, so because of that, I'm going to put it in I don't like it because it's very strongly giving radio static and not radio silence. And unfortunately, I do not see radio silence on here. So I'm a little sad, but, you know, so radio static, I'm not going to put it there. I'm going to put it in I don't like it. Because, so I'm really sorry. I know a lot of you guys do like radio static, and I'm really sorry. But it's just not for me, you know, like, but radio silence, how the fuck did I don't know how 1,000,004 got on that, but, oh my god, okay. So yeah, radio static is just not for me, but I really do love radio silence. I really do love it. And if it was on here, I would put it in I will die for this, because that, you know, it's, oh my god. I can't tell you guys how much I love radio silence. I love it. And yet radio static is like, I don't like it. And I, you know, just, I don't know. Oh my god. Instantly, like, Valentino x Alistair is absolutely horrendous. Like, oh my god. Absolutely horrendous. I cannot. Valentino is like, oh my... I cannot. That's, yeah, I'm very strongly putting it at the end of the list of why does it exist. At, like, the very bottom. Because, like, again, this is absolutely horrendous. I hate, like, oh my god. I think you guys have heard enough. You guys have heard enough. Alistair x Velvet. I don't see at all how they would get along. I don't see at all how they would get along. So I'm going to put it right there. Oh my god. Oh wow. Y'all, I cannot. I need help, bro. Radio Apple, aka Alistair x Lucifer. I'm going to put this in I love this, like, right... Yeah, I'm going to put it right there. This may be a bit of a surprise considering I don't like radio static, but honestly, I love Radio Apple. Like, I love it. It's, like, easily one of my favorite ships. In fact, I'm actually going to put it in I will die for this. That's how much I love it. I love it so much. I love a good Radio Apple comic every now and then. I don't know what it is, but I feel like Radio Apple is just a really good ship, you know? Like, I don't know what it is. I just really like it, you know? Wow, I really like it. Now, I will say, because of, like, Alistair's sexuality, it can be a bit much. So, like, if it gets to be a bit too much, I do get a little weirded out. But for the most part, it's really just not bad, you know? Like, for the most part, I do love Radio Apple. Like, I love edits of it. I love seeing it, you know? Like, I love comics, like I said. I love seeing a comic of it every now and then. You know, I love it. Now, of course, because I love it, that doesn't mean I will make this clear. Even though I do love it, this is a ship that I honestly want to keep. I don't want it to be canon. I want it to stay as like a fan thing and not canon. You know, that's something about this ship that's like, that would probably make me not like it anymore as if it became canon. Because it is hard to picture the canon characters like that, you know? So yeah, that's like the only thing about that, is that I would not want this to be canon. I know Vivzy Pop likes to tease it, but just because she teases it doesn't mean that it's like gonna be canon, you know? You guys don't want to know how messed up the fandom can be. It can be pretty messed up. But yeah, so this is just, I do love the ship, but it's just something I'd want to keep it non-canon, you know? But I do love the ship. Like, I love it. I'm actually just going to call it for part 2. That's going to be it for part 2. Let me know if you guys want a part 3. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want a part 3. I will gladly do it if you guys want me to. So let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do a part 3. Also, let me know. I would love to hear what you guys, once again, I would love to hear your guys' opinions on these ships. I would love to know what you guys think about these ships. So also let me know that in the comments as well. I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know if you guys want a part 3, and I will see you guys another time. See ya.